Okay guys, so actually I'm coming back at you live with a very special guest. I'm here with Johnson Bridgwater. He's the director of the Oklahoma chapter of the Sierra Club. And I'm going to turn it across to him. He's going to speak more specifically about the Diamond Pipeline, but also about some legislation that's looking to go through here in Oklahoma that's going to prevent Oklahoma having decisions in the construction of pipelines. He'll explain it better than I do. So I'm going to turn it over to Johnston. And do you want to just introduce yourself
Sure.
and give people an idea who you are, what you do, how long you've been doing it, that kind of thing?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. My name is Johnson Bridgwater. I'm the director of the Oklahoma chapter of Sierra Club. I've been in this role for 2 years. Pipelines are one of the issues that the Oklahoma chapter, as well as the national organization, have a whole raft of serious concerns over. So this is a real pleasure today to get to speak to you, get to speak to everybody watching, as well as having a media event. One of the single biggest issues about our concern over oil pipelines specifically, which Diamond Pipeline is an oil project. Oil pipeline projects are permitted completely differently than natural gas pipeline projects. Oil pipelines do not have a public input component. This, to us, is probably overall biggest disturbing fact because, as was mentioned, they're not kidding. These pipelines can be built, and until people see pipe rolling into their town, they're completely unaware that these things are coming. So that issue of public involvement and public awareness is a central tenet of what we're concerned about with oil pipelines specifically. We also want to point out the fact that we are basically at the point where we can move past oil. 10 years ago, I could not have been on camera and share this, but it is absolutely clear we have the technology and the economics to move into a fully renewable energy economy. We feel the pursuit of pipelines, especially oil pipelines, which have anywhere from a 30 to 60 year lifespan. You're basically building something that's going to be extinct before it is out of service. We hate to see that sort of investment. And then on the natural gas side of pipelines, it was actually a special on this weekend on national television on battery technology. So battery technology and other renewables are now primed to be able to take over what fossil fuels do. So the issues of intermittent energy that we faced 10 years ago, those are being solved, and we're at a point now where we're fully backing 100% renewable. All of this because of the fact that climate change is real. Climate change is already impacting states. Senator from Delaware spoke the fact they've lost between 500 and 1,000 feet of shoreline. So again, these are things that are real, they're not imagined, and the Diamond Project in particular, as you heard, there are also a number of very difficult cultural issues. It was an honor for me to be invited to speak with all of these groups today because, again, without having a public involvement process, all of that just gets glossed over. And I want to mention briefly what I mentioned during the press conference. All of the data we refer to is publicly available. This is all fact-based information. Sierra Club prides itself on working with facts whenever it can. I will provide some links to Mr. Gilbert to be able to share with you concerning the accident data. I was very saddened and shocked to see we're talking about hundreds of injuries and dozens of deaths just in the last 6 years as a result of pipeline accidents. And I will also share the information on the bill that he referenced. So the state of Oklahoma has a senator who is actually trying to get a bill passed that would limit what Oklahoma citizens can do regarding the regulation of pipelines. And that, along with the fact that there's no public input process, our single biggest concern is climate change backed by the general public and citizens being involved in that process. You take those two together and that forms the majority, kind of the base of our concerns.
So for people sat at home right now that are learning about this for the first time, they may be a little outraged about what they're hearing, a little bit worried about the future of their kids who have to take over this earth once they've gone. What would you suggest they do to become part of the solution rather than part of the problem?
That's a great question. So the first thing I'm going to say, and I think this is one of the biggest the biggest issues in Oklahoma is just a lack of education. Again, anything I have said, you can go and pull that research and educate yourself on where we are with technology. I think most people, it's not that they don't want to do the right things, they simply aren't aware of where we are with all of the amazing things happening right now. So we could go 100% renewable, and you can find all of that at your library, go online and start educating yourselves. Secondly, as you're getting educated, the other single most important thing is that elected officials in Oklahoma hear from citizens. If they don't hear anybody disagreeing with them, they're going to assume that everybody is with them. So it's no longer a situation where just sitting back with your knowledge is good enough. They need to be told, hey, there are people in Oklahoma that disagree, that everything is oil and gas and that's the way it should be. So contact all of your elected officials and let them know that even in Oklahoma there is a strong opposition to fossil fuels, and there are people absolutely supporting all of the issues that you heard earlier today.
Someone asked if you could repeat the bill number that you spoke of. You referenced it in the press conference.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I will, as soon as I get back to the office. I left all my technology, but I'm just down the road. I will get that hopefully within 20 minutes of wrapping up here.
Well, what we'll do with this, we'll actually get this up onto a YouTube video. Johnston, if you could supply me with some of the numbers to contact these people where they can phone and make their voices heard, because a lot of people don't know how to make their voice heard.
Absolutely, and what I'll do along with that specific bill information at the state level, amazingly, you only need 2 phone numbers to be able to contact any of your legislators at both the state and the national level. I'll send Kevin the telephone numbers and the bill information and send you all to work.
Perfect. Well, thanks for joining us. Really, really appreciate it. It sounds like there's a bit of a party outside, so let's go and check that out. And,
absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very, very welcome.
And realize that water is life, that, we see things right now. So once there's no more water for anybody left to drink, then I think people are going to realize that they should listen to the indigenous brothers and sisters and our allies who have been standing up to protect water for everybody's children, everybody's generation.
What do you think about the turnout today? Is this kind of the beginning of the fight against the Diamond Pipeline?
Yes, I think that this is the official beginning of the fight against the Diamond Pipeline. But as members from different coalitions and groups who have been fighting different oil companies, different pipeline companies, different fracking companies, we've been fighting this all together, just in different places. But now we're actually coming together, so we have actually driven to Arkansas. We actually have met with the Arkansas Water Guardians and the Arkansas Rising folks out there to create a really strong coalition. We are really committed to fighting these pipelines by whatever means necessary. And so we've definitely got into contact and created coalitions with the people who are willing to put whatever is necessary on the line to make sure that no more pipelines come through the state of Oklahoma.
All right, so anything else that you want to add?
I just want to say, Niawe, water is life, and please check out our page, No Plains Pipeline.
Thank you.
You want to say something to people on Facebook who you joined today?
Shit is lit in the state of Oklahoma, and I hope that people start rolling out because, we're some rowdy people and we're really definitely ready to tear this pipeline down. We send all our troops up to Standing Rock, so we're expecting everybody else who afforded them the same respect and the same honor to send their troops this way. We are calling all the Red Warriors, we're calling all the water protectors, we're calling all the land defenders, we're calling all our white allies, all the Black Lives Matters. We want all of y'all here in the state of Oklahoma because we're ready to fuck shit up. Thanks, good to see you. I'm sorry.
As you can see, there's quite support here.
Oh my God, what? Yeah, but I just didn't do that well.
So this is just a taste of a few of the people that are going to stand up against this people.
That's genius.
I didn't even think about it.
Hi, thanks again for joining, guys, and we'll get you the information for contacting people here to look at that bill and